Welcome to iRest. Welcome everybody to Release and Restore. And just always take care of yourself. Follow any medical advice during all the wellness sessions. And please reach out if you're in need of support to the VIA community, to me, your own networks and loved ones. Know that there's always support for you. I'm just grateful for everyone creating this safe space and maintaining it for our sessions together. So just begin by preparing a supportive spot, maybe on the floor, or sofa, or a chair, or even on the bed. I'm working on my floor mat. Some people use a yoga mat as well. We'll be doing a little bit of movement and then come into the iRest practice as always. Feel free to bring in any supports like pillows or blankets, even just ones that you use for every day. You don't need a special one. Maybe some essential oils or an eye blanket of gratitude and for remembering loved ones. And recently it was Souls Day and Day of the Dead. So remembering loved ones and asking that they will be supported along their final journey. So again, this inspires that feeling of coming home as we review the inner resource practice again. And that feeling of returning home might feel like an unchanging place of safety and security, okayness and ease. So we'll start with some gentle yoga here and pranayama breath practice. And then bringing in the Yoga Sutras. So Svatiyaya, that self-knowledge that hopefully more and more you're connecting to your own wisdom of your own body and mind, listening and tuning in to what it's asking of you and what it's revealing. Ishvara Pranadhanani, this contemplation and surrender. So, in contrast, coming to this unchanging higher self from this human me. And lately I've been feeling into aparigraha. So it's not needing anything. And as we maybe continue to feel this groundedness, working with the Muladhara chakra, this earth chakra, and also tune into this greatest resource that we have, this unchanging inner resource that's always here in the background supporting us. It's the best gift from the universe that connects us with everyone. So we don't need lots of stuff, especially as we're heading into this time of shopping and sales. Maybe just feeling into the idea of aparigraha, this non-greed and non-hoarding. Maybe what we have and who we are is enough. So let's continue to interweave the elements of the root chakra, the energy center at the base of the spine. And again, if you want to sit in Sukhasana, easy pose like I am, or sitting in that stable supported chair, whatever feels right for you, feel free to bring that in. And, we've worked with basil and cilantro, and I've been working with vedver lately. It's that earthy and delicate scent of tall grass. Again, I'm just warming it. It's really chilly here, so it really feels nice to warm the hands. We're just tapping into the front and the back first chakras, this grounding sense. Maybe just inhaling it as we open the senses more and more. Maybe tuning into the elements of the earth chakra, the color red that reminds us of the earth, the rich soil, rooting and grounding us. And then coming into security and which connects to the root night. Whatever resonates for you, while I invite one as well out loud. Feeling the inner resource and coming home. 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 And maybe we are always already home. We're always home. We just need to tap into it. We'll come into the pranayama breathing. So this time we're coming into pratiloma krama. So stepped breathing as we inhale and exhale, starting from the belly as we inhale, and then exhaling, starting from the upper breathing space. So maybe just take a moment to feel into that. So the belly, the lower breathing space, and then the middle breathing space, more near the diaphragm, the core, the lungs. Might feel more even in this space. The lower breathing space maybe feels more in the parasympathetic nervous system, so a place of ease and rest. And then the upper breathing space, more this area of activity. We need all of them. We need to be able to move in equilibrium. So if it feels okay, you can join me in this Pratiloma Krama step breathing, inhaling the belly, the middle, the upper breathing space, and then exhaling the upper, middle, and lower breathing space. So again, just as an invitation, see what feels right for you today. So as you're ready, exhaling completely, inhaling belly, middle, upper breathing space. Exhale, belly, middle, upper breathing space. Inhale, belly, middle, upper breathing space. Exhale, upper, middle, lower breathing space. Inhale, belly, middle, upper breathing space. Exhale, upper, middle, lower breathing space. Inhale, belly, middle, upper breathing space. Exhale, upper, middle, lower breathing space. Inhale, belly, middle, upper. Exhale, upper, middle, belly. Inhale, belly, middle, upper. Exhale, upper, middle, belly. A couple more times. Inhale, belly, middle, upper. Exhale, upper, middle, belly. Inhale, belly, middle, upper. Exhale, upper, middle, belly. Okay, it took a while to kind of get into the rhythm there. Feel free to continue your practice. If you need to, you can always pause the recording. And again, just sense in. Just notice how the energy is moving through the body. We just miss it sometimes. We don't just give a moment to into it, all flowing freely in the body. Maybe warming the hands, the feet, the face. And then as you're ready, we're going to bring a little bit of movement. And I thought it'd be nice to kind of explore the child's pose. So there's many different ways to come into the child's pose. And if this doesn't feel like the right practice for you before our iRest meditation, feel free to do whatever might feel right in the body, maybe moving the spine with more activity, the cervical spine, the neck, or the thoracic spine. And you can sit or stand, use any supports, but always follow that medical advice to support you. So again, just as an invitation. So I'll come in. I'm going to come into this child's pose here. I might change the camera here. Okay. So just playing around with child's pose today. So I like to do this, like even just in bed. You don't need a special mat, maybe to start the day or to end the day, just to really feel into the body. So these are some options, the more traditional one, we can spend a few moments in that. So going forward, you're going to extend the hands and you can have your big toes touching, knees together or apart, and just the arms resting in front of you. So if you want to make it more active, you can tent the fingers or you can just release onto the palms of the hand. So let's just take several breaths here, maybe even feeling into the three breathing spaces. Actually, it felt kind of nice to do that Pratalamakramma practice because the belly is just completely free to gravity. So I could really feel each part, each space. So we'll try another movement. And this time, maybe pushing through the heels of the hands. And you might feel a nice lengthening in the back. So see how that feels in the body, if that feels right. Okay. I did the practice again a few more times. So I'll just do it several times just to try each one. So you're just playing around with it today. And then you might even want to do the meditation in child's pose if that feels supportive. We're going to try another one with the elbows, and it might be a nice extension under the triceps, under the armpits. So see how that one feels. So pushing through the elbows, you can walk the elbows away if you want to feel a greater lengthening or bring it closer. So you can give that a go. Okay. So those are some options for child's pose. If that might feel like a position you want to try doing iRest or even just to start off. Otherwise, you can come into Shavasana or legs up the wall or legs in Baddha Konasana. Okay. So we're going to come back to this inner resource practice that we did last time. And again, if you want to bring in an eye pillow, actually, I had a very beautiful practice today with Richard Miller. There was a summit for parenting teens. So, as an educator, I really enjoy attending parent summits because I learn a lot as an educator. I'm not a parent, but I feel like I'm part of the community of raising a lot of these humans. And I appreciate all the community that continues to help. It's always nice to be led and guided as well. And then remembering the inner resource, I'll be offering this opportunity to bring in imagery so that you can come back to this safe haven or refuge or oasis that resides within us, surrounding us, this feeling of security and well-being. And you can come back to it at any moment. It's always there supporting us. It might feel like a calmness or peace or quiet or okayness or ease. And using imagery of maybe a place, it can be a real or an imagined place. And just using all the senses so it really comes alive for you. It can be a place in nature, might be a familiar place that just when you even think about it and with all the senses remember it, you feel already that you're comfortable and at home. Might be a memory, a life's moment that brings ease, an activity that you enjoy, or even of a loved one or a beloved fur friend, or maybe a wisdom figure or a symbol, whatever that image is for you. And as always, if there's no image, that's perfectly okay too. It's most important to see where it lights up in the body. Where is this felt sense as you come into this image? Feeling your way. Maybe there's just spaciousness in the body, breath flowing more freely. So, really tuning into that. And then you can just invite my words to guide you or let them fall away and be curious. See what's arising for yourself that really resonates for you. And then the invitation today and this week, and until we meet again, is perhaps to intentionally practice the inner resource. So, moment to moment, maybe when you remember that there is this supportive inner resource always there, just see what works for you. Maybe naturally what lights up a place in nature or memory or wisdom figure. What is it that lights up? And then where does it light up? Take a moment to feel where does that okayness reside? And then maybe when there's a challenge that arises, you'll remember this practice and you'll come back to this inner resource with all the senses and feel very present as if you're already there and then feeling it in the body. So that's the invitation. We'll complete this time together with iRest. And just always take care if there's any discomfort. Feel free to find movement or gently open the eyes. Do whatever brings you back to feeling calm and okay again. So just start to settle in. Lying down or sitting, even standing or moving in your spot, whatever feels supportive for tonight. Just inviting the eyes to gaze, or if it naturally wants to stay open or close. And maybe feeling completely supported by everything all around you. And feeling so supported that maybe you can let go of any residue of today, even imagining tucking it away for now. Just knowing you can come back to time and you might even be refreshed or ready. So just allowing the senses to explore, freed all around you. Maybe noticing the surfaces supporting you, where they touch the body, where the body releases to touch each of these surfaces. Maybe noticing caress of air on the skin. Any places of warmth or coolness. And not needing to fix or change anything. Just really allowing the senses to do what they do, to explore sound, maybe coming from inside the body, or in the room, or beyond the room. If there's any residue of taste or any sense in the air. And just allowing the body to find any final adjustments that bring it to greater ease and comfort during our practice. During iRest, might you greet every experience as messengers or pointers, just as they are. Taking a moment perhaps to reflect upon the heart's deepest desire. Why for this lifetime? Experiencing, affirming the felt sense of this. As if you're already living and expressing this heartfelt desire with the entire body at this very moment. And reflect upon an intention. Your why for this moment or practice. One that might support you in realizing this heartfelt desire. Perhaps it's an intention to feel the inner resource and come home. And just notice what intentions are unfolding for you tonight. Remembering and fully welcoming it with the whole body and mind. At your own pace, might you begin to welcome the inner resource, a safe haven, a refuge, oasis. This inner resource that supports you in feeling secure and safe, loved and at ease. A feeling of okayness at a moment's notice. Perhaps you can connect directly to this inner resource through imagery, using all the senses. Maybe imagery of a place, real or imagined. Maybe familiar, or maybe a place in nature. Or imagery of a memory, a moment in life. Maybe remembering an activity that you enjoy. Maybe imagery of a loved one, or a beloved for a friend. Maybe a wisdom figure or a symbol. Or maybe there's no images yet, and that's okay. You can allow my words to float through or float away, just bringing in whatever resonates for you at this moment. Perhaps enlivening the senses and connecting to a place in nature. A colorful forest, light beaming through the trees, earthy scent, cool wind, leaves rustling, birds singing, feeling refreshed. Or perhaps imagery of a memory, wandering along a white sandy beach, waves, loud line, salty air, warmth of the sun, refreshing breeze, perhaps imagery of being held or holding a loved one, maybe even a furry friend. Their heartbeat, their natural scent, feeling of warmth and textures, perhaps activity, hiking along a clear path, few people around, a cool wind, bright sunshine, nature sounds all around. And where does this light up in the body? Where is the felt sense? Maybe emanating from the heart, a deep breath in the entire body. Perhaps a release in the muscles, the jaw, shoulders, the belly. Recognizing and affirming. You can return to the inner resource at any time. Whenever you feel a need for being secure or safe, okay and at ease, inviting my words to be your words as attention floats through the body, not needing to shift or soften, just sensing your way. Sensing the jaw and mouth, dissolving through the nostrils, sensing the outer ear, dissolving through the inner canals of the ears. Attention dissolving through the eyes, the space between the eyebrows, forehead, sensing the entire face and head as sensation. And taking time to follow sensation throughout the body. Sensing the unified face, head, and body. And the felt sense of the inner resource of being and well-being. And attention floating throughout the body, breathing itself. Inhaling energy towards the core, filling the body. Exhaling energy out the limbs, warming the feet, the hands, the face. Each changing sensation revealing something unchanging. Unchanging awareness. Pure being, which you also are. And just taking a moment to notice if there's any messengers arising, any sensations, emotions, any thoughts, or memories, or maybe a belief. What's calling for your attention? And if there's nothing, this too is a perfect experience. Just being with whatever is most calling your attention. Not needing to attach or detach. And where does it light up in the body? And sensing the way. If it feels right, interweave the inner resource of being and well-being. And then as you're ready, just stay with the one that brings the most ease and okayness. Letting everything else drop away. Dissipating back to where it came from. This unchanging awareness that contains everything and everyone, in which everything arises and unfolds and returns back to when it's ready. And just noticing for a moment if maybe a feeling of joy arises, joy that's independent of anything or anyone. This feeling of joy that might be emanating from the heart space flows through all the spaces in the body. And maybe interweaving the inner resource of changing, unchanging well-being and being. Notice how joy too is a changing sensation, unfolds, expands, and dissipates in its own time. Revealing something unchanging, pure being and wholeness, which you also are. Imagine going about everyday life, awareness awake and aware of itself. sensing and affirming how in each moment you always recognize the precise and perfect response to each and every situation in life. Reflecting on this experience, welcoming unchanging awareness, wholeness, pure being, in which everything is unfolding and expanding, dissolving back to in its own time. Now, either going deeper into rest, if this is the end of your day, or taking your time now as you transition back to waking life, allowing the senses to explore once again. Senses feeling the surfaces that have been supporting you, the spaces all around you, caress of air, sounds, scents, tastes, hints of color, shadows, or light. And maybe the eyes start to open and close several times, body beginning to find movement, maybe toes and fingers wiggling, all the while still feeling the felt, this unchanging awareness in which everything and everyone arises. This feeling of spaciousness and timelessness, integrating this experience into waking life. And just taking your time as you move back into your daily life with so much appreciation for this time together and the practice of iRest. So hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday if you want to bring in some movement for monthly move. Otherwise, I'll see you next week as we continue our investigation and inquiry into the inner resource. So take care.